Last of Us, Season 2, Episode 7, and this episode, of course, is the final episode of Season 2 of The Last of Us, which is 1/3 of The Last of Us Part 2, the second video game, because apparently it isn't going to take 2 seasons to tell the story of the second game, it's going to take 3 seasons. It's going to take 3. 3 seasons! Like, when I heard that, I'm like, I'm concerned that you're switching this. Because I couldn't help but map it out in my head. I'm thinking, okay, so 3 episodes of Abby, because spoiler alert, Abby will be the main character of Season 3. That will have her 3 days in Seattle, what she was doing during the events of Season 2. Then you have her flashback story, and then what she was doing between season 1 and Season 2, kind of like last week's episode with Joel and Ellie. And then you have back, so I'm like, that's 4 episodes. Then you got the aftermath of Seattle, so that's 5 episodes. Then you got California with back with Abby, and then Ellie goes back and goes and try and find Abby again at California, and a bloody season. So I'm counting like 7 episodes. So in my head, I'm just thinking, what they're adding, what they want to explore more. Maybe they want to, maybe they want to have the origins of the Wolves and the Stars. Maybe they want to give us more context on that. Maybe. Why is it just cultural differences? Is it just, you hunt these people or you hunt my people? Kind of thing. Like, is it a little is that how the war started? Like, it's all these questions that that I have where how is Season 4 gonna be a sacrifice season? Unless it's going to be like 4 episodes and that's it. Like, in my head, I don't know how you can space it out. But outside of that, this episode I found was solid. I thought it was a solid finale. I knew about the big gap. I knew about the big twists about them hinting that Season 3 will be a Abby-centric season. Which will be quite curious to see how non-gamers react to that, because gamers' reaction to that when that happened was not good. Now, for me, I thought it just dragged the story too long. It should have just been focus on Ellie, and how and her quest of vengeance, and focus on figuring out how Abby found out about her friends being killed and what she was doing, and I found that really uninteresting. So for me, I was on the like poo side on the Abby stuff, but you never know, on television it might work smoothly. It might work really, really well. Anyway. But this episode was solid. There's kind of dynamics I like. There's scenes I like. Like, I love the scene where, Ellie tells Jesse about fuck community. My community died. You fucking hypocrite. You let a kid die, earlier today. Because he wasn't part of your fucking community. You fucking hypocrite. And there's a level of truth to that. There's a level of, I like that scene. There's also a sense of, hey, Ellie has always been on this quest of vengeance. It's just she's not acting or terminating. And that's the whole thing. Once again, we're so used to each time there's a revenge story that our main character is so John Wicky, is so, acting like they're the Terminator or the Punisher, that, having a character who's on this quest but isn't so, like, like those characters I mentioned before, if we find out a little bit jarring, or there's no purpose or agency that they have against it. So there's that. But what I have a major complaint with this episode is there's certain things in this episode for me that could have easily been cut out. Like the scene I think we all can agree on is the scene where she Ellie gets on a boat. She's driving into the storm towards the pier where the aquarium is, and where she believes Abby is, and a big wave knocks her over, knocks her off the boat, and she crash lands, and she arrives on Stars Island, and gets collected by the stars, and she gets collected by the stars, and we find how messed up they are. I found that scene really useless. Like for me, also, I'm thinking if you want to show how dangerous they are, wait till next season. Wait till next season, because they're mostly an Abby type of villain. The stars are more connected to Abby more than Ellie, and it just felt convenient. It felt also redundant that she's getting back on the boat and Ellie's going back to the boat and heading to the same direction she was heading before. So it just felt, I get it, it's obstacles, but the obstacles is the water, the obstacles is the waves, and what I felt is the easy thing you could do is the wave hit her, cut the black, hands on the pier ladder. That's what you should do. You should have done, because that scene was just absolutely useless. I was like, what's the point of the scene? This is redundant. It's not adding anything to the story, anything on those lines. Except maybe it's world building, but that world building could have been waited, and once again, till next season. But yeah, I mean, of course, the scenes that is heart-wrenching to watch, like Ellie shooting Owen and Mel, and then at the beginning I was like, last time I checked, Mel was pregnant. Oh, she's pregnant. That was it was a holy shit reveal that she's pregnant, and the scene where she Mel's dying and bleeding out, and she's asking Ellie to cut it out. And for a little bit, I was like, why is she asking the person who just shot her to do a C-section? And then I realized, as a parent, it's a little bit of fuck me, get my child out, save my child, save my baby. Do everything it costs. Yeah, this is what you have to do. Listen to me, 30 seconds. It took me a while to be like, why are you doing this? And then it reminds me of, a parent would say, basically save my child versus, and in a way it kind of reflects Joel. She's in the Joel situation, and it's weird, because and I was like, well, I mean, it's HBO. I mean, they're not afraid of gory C-sections. Have you seen the first season of House of the Dragon? Have you seen episode 1 of House of the Dragon? There's a full C-section of just whipping the queen's stomach and just here's a baby. But what I liked from that episode, from that scene, is yes, it's a terrifying, emotional scene. It's Ellie's realization of, I'm going too far. I am becoming something that I can't even recognize myself. I'm so full of hatred and vengeance and all this kind of stuff, and I need to dust my hands. I need to break the cycle of violence. But the cycle of violence continues because she killed Abby's friends. And with the death of Abby's friends equals Abby wanting vengeance towards Ellie. And it's just a really good scene. It's just a really, it's just good character stuff. That's the thing. This episode has good character stuff. Outside of that one scene I wish was cut out. But nothing was holy shit. But it felt like any other episode in a way. It didn't felt like a finale. It felt like, okay, here's 1/3 of the story. Here's 1/3 of the Last of Us story. So yeah, comment below. Let me know your thoughts of this season. Once again, I'm a little bit concerned that they're going to switch this episode too much because I'm counting like 7, 8 episodes left in my brain. So I'm wondering what they're thinking to switch this story into into 3 seasons without making it 2 episode season 4. So anyway, comment below and let me know your thoughts of this episode and the season as a whole.